So, oh, I need to, that sign's still there. Don't go that way, all right? It says Mountain Dam Tomb Flume that way. So if you carry on walking this way, you're gonna die. So don't do it. Just don't go that way. Oh, and the monorail crashes into the side of the cliff. This was a really good final edition of the park. Ignore the mistakes. Hello, it's Mike coming at you with another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Thank you for joining me, welcome to the video, and welcome to Eden Gardens Final Edition, created by yours truly, Iron Matty. Something a little bit different today. Now, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like, leave a subscribe if you are new, and if you would like to have your park spotlighted, then the Iron Gamers Discord link, the Iron Gamers, will be up in that top corner right now. Now, the description for this park reads, "Welcome back to Eden Gardens. The park originally opened in 2021, but after a few years and learning how to use the percentage glitch, the owners of the park felt that Eden Gardens needed a new lick of paint and a new attraction to increase interest in the park. Crop Circle was moved to fit in a new tractor ride, and around the park a couple of smaller tweaks were made, including a brand new shiny entrance stolen from Eden Springs. I hope you enjoy this final version of Eden Gardens, and I must stop amending it now and move on to new things. Let it go, Matty. Never a truer statement. I need to leave this park alone. This is the final edition, so without further ado, let's hop in and have a look around, shall we? Right, so here we are at the park entrance. Now, you may all be wondering, Matty, is that you? Is that you who's talking? Yes, it is still me. I haven't been very well this last week, so don't worry, I haven't been replaced by Kermit the Frog. It is still Matty. I might just sound a little bit different, alright? Leave me alone. But right, welcome to Eden Gardens, my first ever project on Planet Coaster. Before I ever started doing spotlights, before I started learning about roller coasters, just bear that in mind, okay? Alright? Leave me alone. It's not the best thing in the world. Now, I have come back and done some adjustments, the final edition, but I didn't adjust any of the coasters. So, I mean, G-forces don't matter, do they? G-forces of 8 on a roller coaster, you don't need to survive them. It's fine. Oh, it's fine. I can't do that. I can't do that at the moment because I'm not very well. It's fine. Anyway, so as we come down here, we've got the church just down here. So this was one of the in-game blueprints, this church. This is something that I did address moving forward into future projects. I always wanted to use my own creations, no workshop items, no in-game blueprints, everything was all custom. But for this one, I took a few liberties. I was still learning. And we've got a little graveyard just over here, because who doesn't want to build a graveyard in Planet Coaster? Come on, admit it. You know you want to. It was actually a lot of fun building that graveyard that looks over the car park. Just imagine coming to the graveyard to visit your loved ones, and then you've got a theme park just to your right. It's absolutely fine. But right, let's come down here. And I always wanted to create a park that was set in a location. It always was a passion project of mine to do something like that, even going back before Planet Coaster came to the console, when I used to watch Channel 5 Gaming before then, and I always wanted to build a theme park that had a surrounding area. I always wanted to have a location in mind, and that's why I did the church. As we come down here, we'll have the farm, and then when I moved on to Eden Springs, I just dialed that up to 11. I've spent 100 hours creating a biome for the park. I haven't done the park yet. It's still a work in progress. It'll come at some point, but I will give a sneak peek as to what's going on at Eden Springs at the end of this video. We've got the field here with the tractor and the extremely large hay bales. You've got the horse equestrian just there, and then of course you've got the farm just over here, so Eden Farms. You've got the barn just down here. You've got the milk silos or water silos, and then you've got the farmhouse just down here with the crops just outside. Now, I know what some people may be thinking, especially some people within my Discord server. Oh, man, you brought Farming Simulator into Planet Coaster. All right, this was 2 years before then, okay? But to be fair, I have had some amazing ideas from Farming Simulator that I do now want to bring into Planet Coaster. And I now want to start an entire new biome and bring loads of Farming Simulator stuff into it. But anyway, we've got the deliveries just over here. We've got Bob just down there. Hello, Bob. He's been there for years. Years and years. He's not had a break or anything. And then through the barrier, you've got the porter cabins, you've got the generators, then just a couple of the delivery trucks that will drive around the park at night. You've got the bin lorry. And then just as you come around here, you've got a little fishing spot where you can just look out over the park. We've got a floating tree there. Ignore that. It's not perfect, alright? Leave me alone. And then as you come around here, so this is where the locals would come to walk the dogs or to come fishing. You can see my love of water features started right here. Lots of water features in this park. And then you can just sit on the jetty and just go fishing. You see the monorail just there. You can see Hurricane, the B&M Stand-Up Coaster. And then one of the new attractions, the Ferris wheel, just over there. And you can just about see Wasp's Nest just over there. Wasp's Nest is the ride that will kill you. Again, HE forces, absolutely fine. Back when I built this park, I had no idea about roller coasters, knowledge about anything like that. I still don't have that much now, to be honest. But I had less back then. Well, as we come round towards the entrance. So we've got a brand new shiny entrance, stolen from Eden Springs. It makes sense because with them being the same chain, I thought they would share a lot of similarities. And when I built the entrance for Eden Springs, I loved it so much that I transferred it over to this one. But we'll go and have a look at that in a moment. We'll come over here. So we've got the coach park just to our right. And then you've got the buses that actually come right through the entrance tunnel. So the station is just inside there. The tunnel was inspired by Geekism. And then you come all the way down here through the car park. You've got the Vekoma family coaster just on our right, the dragon coaster. And then if you've parked up the car and come through here, jump on the cars and be taken down to the park. Or out of the park, should I say, on the cars. Because if you wanted to get into the park, you would jump on the monorail, which looks over the log flume. It would have looked over the log flume if the monorail hadn't got in my way. And you've got the log flume just over there. But right, let's start heading towards the park, shall we? Got a face full of bush just as you come through here. I had to glitch this in, so that's why there's a little bit of clipping there. Ignore that. So over another water feature. You've got a little backstage area here. It used to have a swan ride, but then the swan ride got removed. So that's why there's a swan there. And we come through to the new entranceway. So we've got the ticket booths just here. So get your tickets. I managed to get the path going like each side. So the guests won't actually walk through the ticket booths. They will actually walk through the gaps. So get your tickets just here. Get your maps and information booklets. And then come through the gates. So you got the gates in the centre that would open up in the evening to let everybody out. And through into the park. So another water feature just there. Got some information kiosks just to the right. And then if you come up the stairs just here, you got the monorail station that would have led from the car park. You got some food and drink up here. And then there's a staff room and a first aid just over here. So down we come. And something I always wanted to do was when you came out into the park from the main entrance, I wanted to have a water feature that went right down the centre with the path going over it. Now, this was an absolute nightmare. It was not easy. It took me so many hours to mess around with this and get it exactly how I wanted it, but I'm happy with the end result. There's a little bit of the terrain that comes through, but there wasn't really much I could do about that, really. I even think that maybe some of that actually got deleted in the updated version. I do believe that there was supposed to be a little bit more wall there. Maybe that could be pushed back a little bit. But again, you didn't see a thing. It's fine. I'm noticing mistakes as I go around. Just ignore that. But we'll come down towards our first attraction of the park. So we've got the maintenance area just there that we looked at as we went over the monorail. And we've got Dragonheart. So a Vekoma family coaster. So we've got the height check, that was off the workshop. And as we come down here, up to the station, we've got the baggage storage area. Also got a couple of lockers just there as well. And we have our first ride at the park, Dragonheart. So let's go for a ride. Enjoy, everybody. Whilst it may be simplistic in its layout and execution, I still believe that Dragonheart is one of my favourite coasters that I've created. It was one of the very first coasters I ever created in the game, and I always wanted to have a ride that overlooked the car park and was a main drawing point of the park. I used real life parks as ideas and inspiration behind this. When you park up on the car park and you can see them rides just directly next to the car park, and as you walk down towards the park entrance. And that was always the idea behind this, and bringing a blend of terrain forming, water features, and then just the sightlines of this ride, it still stands as one of my favourite creations that I've done. Again, it might be simplistic, but I still love it. So, let's have a walk down the exit. And we'll start working our way down towards my first ever ride creation in the game, which was a log flume. So, as you come out of the entrance, you've got a little seating area here for people who may not want to go on the ride, but then want to watch their friends and loved ones still be able to go on the ride. You've got a beautiful shot of the station just there. Just wave your friends goodbye. I shut the ride as we went for a ride on that because I didn't want people sticking their arms up, which is why the queue is now empty. Right, so as we come down here, we can just see Sawmill just in front of us. So one of the flat rides that's built below the ground. The entrance is just down here. You have Sawmill with the alt being cut in half by the saw that comes out. And as we walk up here and then back down again, we've got the shops just down here. We've got another little backstage area just coming round the back here, round the back of the shops. And you've also got a little staff entrance just there, leading directly to the car park. We walk past the kids play area. Another one of my favourite creations that I've ever done. Just really simple, really effective, did exactly what it needed to. Played around with a lot with the terrain around this area, just even underneath, like where the kids would have been scraping their feet on the floor, and when they come out of the slide, just dropping it down a little bit. And you've got the tyres that they can jump over. And then you've got the seesaw and the merry-go-round just there. Just up here, you've got a little viewpoint that overlooks the park. So you can see Mountain Dive, the RMC. You can see Wasp's Nest just over there. And you get some little... Oh, just as the ride went past. And you get some little teases of Tomb Flume, the Log Flume, just over there. Not the best names in the world. Again, I was new. So, as we come down here, so this is the monorail that was by the car park that we were looking at earlier on. And we'll come back to Mountain Dive in a moment. But first, we'll have a look at Tomb Flume. So originally, this path all the way up here did actually connect the two sides of the park. But in the final edition, I decided to remove it. So this just comes up here and then meets a dead end. There was originally a station for a monorail up here. I didn't actually fix the terrain around here. But originally there was a station there and a path through there that connected to the other side of the park, but to bring that percentage counter down, I did delete that path. But right, let's go and have a look at Tomb Flume. Beware of snakes. Lost treasure. So as we come into the station, let's go for a ride on my first ever ride creation on Planet Coaster. Enjoy, everybody. My love of water features came to full fruition with this ride. You can see how much I like water just from this one ride alone. The amount of waterfalls everywhere. And looking back on this ride, I still really enjoy it, and I'm very proud of this creation. I think maybe it does go on for 30 seconds, a minute too long, potentially. But I like all of the scenery all around it. And what I always loved about this ride is the fact that you can see so many other guests going around at the same time. No matter where you are on the ride, you could always see other guests going around. And I always really liked that. Yeah, good job, Matty. Good job. But right, let's hop out to the exit. Past the photo booth. And we'll start heading towards Mountain Dive, the wooden RMC. So the font was off the workshop, so that font was used throughout the park for all of the rides. So past the height check. And then up into the station. And one thing you may have noticed in the Dragonheart station also is this texture for the floor that I used. It's a huge piece count, but I really like the effect that it gives on the floor. It's so much better than the default Planco one. But anyway, let's go for a ride on this. Enjoy, everybody. I always went back and forth on this ride as to whether I actually liked it or not. There's some elements to this ride that I absolutely love, and I'm still proud of to this day. But then there's others that I'm a bit like, does it work or not? And to this day, I'm still undecided. I love how it leaves the station and then how it comes up the cliff side of the mountain there, hence the name Mountain Dive, and the sight line that it gives at the top. As you come over the top of here, you can see the waterfall coming down. You've got the monorail just there, and then it drops down through the mountain and then back down towards the station again. All of this I really liked. It was just that second half of the ride, a little bit unsure of it, still to this day. Still not sure if it works or not. But yeah, one of my earlier creations. So certainly things that I'd learned and improved upon afterwards. So as we hop out of the exit, we'll start heading over towards the other side of the park. So we'll go past the playground again. And then you've got Sawmill just to our right over here, hidden below the ground. We have Insanity, the flat ride just there. And then we've got the trampoline area sponsored by Gulpy. So Gulpy Bungee. So a little trampoline area just there. And then as you come round here, so you got the back of the music stage, which we'll have a look at shortly. We've got another waterfall, not a waterfall, a water feature. I was about to say waterfall. Water feature. Water feature. And then we've got the B&M Stand-Up Coaster just to our right. So we'll come back to that in a moment. We've got Eden Restaurant just to our left. Got some signs by NH99 just on the outside. And then you've got the restaurant here with the open plan top, just letting all the natural light through. You've got some Christmas decorations up that they never took down. And then you've got the outside seating area, which just looks over Wasp's Nest. And you've also got Mountain Dive that comes whizzing past at the same time. But right, let's go towards Wasp's Nest, shall we? Let's all go and die. The G-forces are fine. Just ignore them. I promise. So, oh, I need to, that sign's still there. Don't go that way, alright? It says Mountain Dive and Tomb Flume that way. So if you carry on walking this way, you're going to die. So don't do it. Just don't go that way. Oh! Oh! And the monorail crashes into the side of the cliff. This was a really good final edition of the park. Ignore the mistakes. Professional over here. Right. Let's come to Wasp's Nest, shall we? So let's go for a ride. Enjoy, everybody. The idea behind Wasp's Nest is it was always supposed to make you disorientated. You were never supposed to know which way you were facing at any given moment, almost like you were scuttling around inside a wasp's nest. Looking back on this ride, I'm actually still quite proud of it. There's certainly issues that need to be addressed. All them people just died crashing into the mountain. It's fine. They're going to magically appear. There they are. They're okay. They're fine. Yeah, what was I saying? I've completely forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, so this ride. Yeah, looking back on this, I'm still quite proud of it. I know that there's issues with it. There's banking issues that need to be addressed, a little bit of smoothing issues. The G-forces certainly need to be addressed because you wouldn't get off this ride alive. But the idea behind it, I'm still quite happy with the idea. I could have actually tried to fix this for the final edition, but I didn't really want to go messing around with the rides too much because those were the OG original creations and I didn't really want to mess with them. It wouldn't have felt like the same park if I'd started changing the rides. So I just left it as it was. It'll be fine. But right, so we've got one final coaster to go on, and then I've left my favourite area of the park till the very end. So, Hurricane, the B&M Standing-Up Coaster. So, let's have a walk down this queue line, which goes right underneath the station. So, as you walk down the queue line, you can see the coaster just outside, going past, building up that anticipation. And then, as we come up into the station, again, just using the same floor techniques once again. So the final coaster of the park. So let's go for a ride. Enjoy, everyone. To this day, I'm still unsure why I felt the need to challenge myself so much and put a coaster drop below the ground in this manner. It was not easy, and you can see that the coaster did suffer in a couple of places due to that restrictions and the lack of room. It maybe could do with a little bit more smoothing, a little bit more banking in certain areas. It wasn't the easiest area to build in, and again, I don't know why I felt the need to put a coaster in this area in the manner that I did, but I like the idea behind it. It's certainly something that I might like to try again in the future. Certainly a lot learned from this one, but yeah, good job, Matty. So right, as we hop out to the exit, which was over there, that would bring us back past Eden Restaurant again. So we've got the new attraction here, the Ferris wheel. Pretty much just placed there with a little bit of foliage. There wasn't a lot done to it, not gonna lie. And then you've got one of the other monorail stations just there. So let's head back down here, and we'll start heading towards the final area of the park. It is my favourite area of the entire park. So we've got this music stage just to our left, which does have a shout that triggers, which we might try and have a look at just at the very end. And then we come to the farm area. So we have Spitfire, the flat ride just to our left. We have the renamed Harvest, which used to be Old MacDonald. There's a big reason for the name change with that. So, as we come down here. So, Harvest is a car ride. And then you've also got Haystack, which is a Swift Drifters. And then just over here, we have Crop Circle, which now has a new home, moved ever so slightly to make room for Old MacDonald's Tractors, which is a custom ride, not in the game, but I really wanted a tractor ride. And the monorail goes right over the top of it. And then you've got the tractor ride that comes around here. Lots of interaction with the monorail as it goes right over the top of us. Past some silos just there. And then back round to the station again. And there we go. There is Eden Gardens. So let's very quickly have a look at this park at night before we close up the spotlight. So lighting was one thing I always wanted to try and get right in this park, which is why there's so many lights everywhere. I'm still really happy with how this park is lit. There's so many different colours all over the place. I believe the show is actually going on right now, so let's just head down there and just see. No, it's not. Just the lights are going, but the music isn't actually playing at the moment. I can't even remember where the trigger is for this. I'm not going to lie. Is it round the back somewhere? Is it round here? Oh, is that it? Hang on. That might be it. Oh, play. Yes, it is. And that just triggers the music. I've still got the building selected. So that just triggers the music, and you've got some smoke effects on going as well. But there we go. There is Eden Gardens, the final edition. There's still a couple of mistakes left in there. But yeah, I'm not going to mess with it anymore. That was the final version. So what did you all think? Again, remember this was my first ever park before I started doing Spotlight, so I still had a lot to learn at this point. But I did revisit this park and completely make it and make a horror version of this park. So I will do a tour of that next week, but if you stick around till the end of the week, there will be the top 10 parks of the year video. Not an easy video to make. I'm still not decided on my top 10. So make sure to tune in on Friday and have a look at that. And stick around till the end of the video for a quick sneak peek of Eden Springs, which will be coming at some point in the future. I don't know when. It's been a couple of years in the making. I will finish it one day. But thank you ever so much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know down below in the comments. But I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and see you all very soon. Bye, everybody!